Today we're going to be upgrading our old ceiling fan in the bedroom to a brand new Eliora ceiling fan. This is a paid post. This Eliora ceiling fan was sent to me to make a video about. This Eliora ceiling fan is really nice, but it didn't install itself. Let me go ahead and show you how I put it up here. Alright, let's go ahead and get this old ceiling fan down and get the new one set up. I got the power off. Now I just need to disconnect these wires here. On the back side of the mount here, there's a slat right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and lift the ceiling fan up, and then I can take it off. Alright, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of here and we'll see how it looks. Okay, we got everything all laid out here. There's the wood blades there for the fan, and then here's all the components here. These things are really nice. These look like they're solid wood. So yeah, this is a pretty nice ceiling fan. This looks kind of complicated here with all these different wires in it, but all these wires right here, they'll connect to the remote control. They'll connect to all these parts here, and then the remote control, it has the red and the black wire on it. You have a lot of options here for your lengths. You got a couple of long pipes here and a short pipe. I'm just going to use the short pipe. We don't need a very long one here. So the directions show here, we got our step-by-steps here. Step 1 shows how the whole thing goes together. That's the pre-installation. You put your mount up there, or you can use your old mount if you want. This one does look a little nicer than the one that I got up there. And then you'll put your pipe on there, and then you'll go with your cover plate, and then you'll put this thing on like that. You'll put that thing on there, and then you'll run all your wirings up in there, and then you'll attach these blades on there. So step 2 is you lay everything out, which I did, and then step 3, that's when you put the mount on there. We have drywall and a stud. You may have a different situation here, so they give you different brackets to use for whatever your setup is. And then here's how you put that together. Looks like it goes on there like that. And then we put the blades on here. We turn this thing upside down because all these wires need to go up inside of the pipe there. And then we attach the ceiling fan blades we screw these in here with those big screws there. Alright, let's go ahead and put this together. So you can see this blade here has the rounded pieces here that come out, and then they'll fit into these holes on here like this. Alright, so I'm just going to use the box here to hold everything together. That'll be a little bit easier. Make sure the holes all line up there first though. Kind of peek down in there. You can see where the holes need to go, where the screws need to go. Once you get one lined up, then the rest will go pretty easy after that. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it in there, then the rest should all go pretty easy after that. Alright, it looks like I got that on there. That was a little bit tricky, but if you use the box, and then you just, to balance the motor, and then you just peek down in here and find out where the screw lines up. Once you get one screw on there, then the rest will all go on. And then here's the cap to go over the cover here. Alright, there's the cap on there. That's pretty nice looking. For my setup, I wanted to reuse the screws that I had because they're the long screws that go up in there to the mounting bracket. But this mounting bracket here was a little bit too big, so I had to use some washers. I had to put a couple washers on there to hold it in place. Just make sure you got it nice and tight there. And then if you have a setup here where you got your stud right here, you can screw those other screws into it. Mine just goes in a drywall right there, so I'm using the existing hardware there to hold it in place, but I use their nice new bracket. This part can be a little bit complicated right here. You put this big piece on first, and then you put this little piece on, and then you push this through here like that, and you take the pin out of here, you run your wires up in here, and then we're going to push this back in here to put our pin back in place. These screws on here have to be loosened up a little bit because they're kind of tight. They don't screw into anything, they just kind of hold it in place. See, now that we can see the hole there, we can push our pin through, but you just got to maneuver it past the wiring so you can come out here on the other side. Kind of see it there poking its way out, and then you put your pin back in. See, there's a little hole in there. Should have your pin going through here on this side like that, and then you should have the pin coming out the other side with the little pin in it to keep it from coming loose. So now you got this attached here, and then you could lift up your ceiling fan. This is what holds it all together. And then it's got these little safety screws here to keep everything snug, so we can tighten those up. That'll help keep everything from rattling around. And then this one has a rubber grommet on it to hold it into place, so you just can push that down there. This one will screw up on top. These holes here will screw into the mount on the ceiling. Alright, so I just rested this up in here on the bracket, and now we just got to go through all the wiring here, and then we'll connect all this wiring here to the remote control. So this stuff all goes to the remote control. This is the ground right here, and then we got our red wire and our black wire. Alright, so I got this all connected and working now. The issue I had is I misread the directions, and I thought they said connect all the same colors together, but they actually just meant for the receiver connect the same colors together. The pink to pink, the red to red, and the gray to gray. The wires from your house, you'll have to look those up to make sure you know which ones are which, but from our house here, the white wire coming from the ceiling is the neutral, so we connected that to the black wire on the ceiling fan. And then the black wire coming from the ceiling is the hot, and we connected that to the red from the ceiling fan. And then we got everything to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish taping this up and put it all back together. And then I could put the cap on here. Alright, I got the wires all pushed back up into the ceiling here. And then I got the receiver back in here, pushed in here. A little bit of a tight fit with all those wires there. After I got the wiring figured out, the next tough part is cramming all this wiring up into the ceiling so that I can put the cap on here. But once I got all this stuff crammed in here, I used this angle screwdriver here to loosen up these screws here so that I could get this cap on. These just needed to come down a little bit further because it was just kind of tight with all this stuff in here. Then I was able to slide that cap on here, and then this thing here, I can kind of adjust this a little bit here. When you turn your ceiling fan light on, you should hear a beep up there, and then you know you're connected. And then you got two controls here, one of them that you can mount to the wall, and then one of them you can mount to the wall or you can keep by your bed, so this is pretty nice. These take the AAA batteries, so you need to put your AAA batteries in there. Same thing on this one here. Got your AAA batteries there. The nice thing about both of these is the backs just slip off, so this will be easy to screw onto the wall. And then this one has a little case there, so that should be easy to put up there on the wall. All right, we'll go ahead and turn it on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit the number 1 button. I heard a beep, and now the fan's spinning. Oh, that feels nice. Yeah, even at the number 1 speed, I can feel some nice cool breeze in here. That's pretty good. All right, now we'll see what it is medium power there. We'll go 3. It's not too bad. Feels pretty good, and it's not very loud. All right, now we'll try full power, number 6. So there it goes. That feels really nice. It's a little bit louder, but it doesn't look like it has a wobble or anything, so that's good. I just went ahead and mounted the wall mount over here. I just screwed it into the wall here, and then it just slides right in there. The only thing about this is that it seems to just be in Celsius, and I don't know what Celsius is. Alexa, how many degrees is 25 Celsius?
25 degrees Celsius is 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
So there you go. If you don't know what 25 Celsius is, you can just ask Alexa. But yeah, the other nice thing about this ceiling fan is you can just put the remote here on your nightstand, and then you can either set a timer on it or you can turn it on and off in the middle of the night if you get too hot. So this is pretty nice. This is a pretty sleek design. The wood on the ceiling fan also matches the wood on our bed and the wood on our nightstands there. So yeah, this is a really nice solid ceiling fan. Solid wood. This thing's pretty nice. It's got the metal on there. This thing's really cool looking. All right, there you go. And there goes the ceiling fan.